Work smart, not hard. Those are my suggestions for you today as we continue on this intention setting journey. Hello, and welcome to Thursday. You are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show, and I did not expect this. I'm here laughing at myself today when I realized that it's Thursday instead of Wednesday. So I missed Wednesday's conversation. Thank you so much for being patient with me. This is just confirmation for you that this has been a very productive week so far. However, we are in the middle of an intention setting series, and we cannot let that slide so easily. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with the conversation today. Thank you so much for being here. As I said earlier, thank you for your patience. Sometimes a sister needs it. Thank you for bringing your friends and family, and thank you for subscribing here and on the website at manifestonpurpose.net. The God in me loves the God in you. And I want to also remind you that if you have any suggestions for show topics, if you have any questions or comments, you can reach me at my email at connect@Kimberly.com. That's connect, CONNECT, at Kimberly, KIMBALEY.com. Send the email and I will respond right back to you. So let's jump right into it. The reason why I call this series, or whenever I'm talking about intention setting, I always say goal setting as well, because a lot of people don't understand it when I say intention setting, especially those that don't believe in manifestation. When you look at it, goal setting and intention settings are the same thing. This is what I found during my research of manifestation. Out of all these manifestation techniques and tools that I use, I noticed that there is one common denominator, and that one common denominator is mind. To be honest, many people have a hard time setting goals and intentions that manifest the things that they want to create in their life. That's the whole reason for this intention setting series, to help people set intentions that will get results. Since goal and intention settings are so much alike, I use goal setting to help people set intentions. One, because most people know about setting goals, especially in the way that I'm going to discuss today. And number two, it helps you get clear about what it is that you truly want. A popular way that a lot of teachers or employees teach people how to set goals is through using the S.M.A.R.T method for setting goals. S.M.A.R.T. And I kind of adapted this and changed it to match intention setting. The reason why I decided to do this because there were so many misconceptions about intention setting and manifestation. People say a lot that you can manifest anything that you want to, and I am a true believer of that. Yes, you are a limitless individual. You are a creator, and you can create anything that you want to. But remember when I told you about the common denominator, the mind? Well, it has a role to play in it too. The key is You can create or manifest anything you want to, but you have to really believe that you can have it for yourself and you can have it when and where and how you want it. So, this SMART way of setting goals is going to help you align with that. The very first letter is S. And the very first thing, and I feel like the most important thing about setting intentions is to be specific about it. And I know you've heard me talk about this before, how important it is for you to be specific about what it is that you want, because sometimes a lot of people don't get exactly what they want because they don't know how to convey that message, or some people don't even know what it is that they really do want. There is another method that I use to get specific about what it is that you want, but we're not going to go over that today. We're going to continue with this SMART chart. But you need to be as specific as you can about what you really want. Let's look at one thing that a lot of people ask for. A lot of people ask to manifest to be rich. Sounds really good. And I'm sure you've heard many people say, I want to be rich. I want to be rich. I want to be rich. However, they never seem to meet that desire. They never seem to reach that goal. And the reason why is because it's not specific enough. Rich to one person is not the same thing as it is to another person. So instead of just using a blanket statement of what you want, such as, I want to be rich, go into details about how much money you want. What are you going to do with it? You remember I told you a couple of episodes ago that you need to have a burning desire. And this is where you fit that in at. When you want to get specific about your goal, or you want to get specific about your intention. And this goes with everything from the color, the place, the location, the people that you want to include in this manifestation. Everything that you say, you need to be able to convey it in a way that if someone that does not know you, they can interpret exactly what you want from the message that you are conveying to them. That's what it means to be specific. That's the very first letter in the acronym SMART. The very next letter in the acronym SMART is measurable. Let me tell you a little secret about me. When I was out in the work field, I did not like working somewhere where I could not grow at. I had to see some growth. It had to be some type of measurement to show me that I was improving. It's like that with everything, every goal that you set. If you set a goal to lose 25 pounds, if you notice that you're not losing anything, or you're not even keeping up with how much you're losing, you won't feel as motivated. So you need to be able to measure your progress. You can use many different ways to measure your progress. I suggest you keep a journal. Write down every step that is growth to you. And this is important, the little things. Most people look for a manifestation to come all at one time. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, it can seem that way. But most of the time, a manifestation is not one big step. It's many small steps coming together over time. When you can measure that and you see growth in what you're doing, then you motivate yourself to keep moving forward, to grow forward until you finally reach that goal or that manifestation that's your target. So make sure that you find a way that you can measure your success. Even if you have to put it up on a poster board and write down the small wins. Don't get discouraged because the win is small. Count it all joy. Moving right along to the next letter in the acronym is A. Attainable. Is this goal or intention something that you know can be achieved? To simplify this letter, is this something that you know you can work or are already working to achieve? For example, unattainable would be you wanted to be the world's greatest chef, but you have no intention to work towards that goal. That's not attainable. So make sure that when you're setting your intentions, it's something that you know you can attain, something that you know you can already achieve. This makes your goals and your intentions more achievable to you. The next letter in the acronym S.M.A.R.T is realistic. And this is probably not the realistic that you're thinking about. What I mean about realistic is, do you actually believe that this can happen to you? This goes back to the mindset. Some don't ever manifest what they want to manifest. And remember, I told you that there's many reasons why this happens, and we're going to tap into one of those reasons right now. Let's see, I'm going to use the example of relationships because a lot of people work to manifest the relationship that they desire, but sometimes don't necessarily get that, although they use the tools, they set good intentions. The one thing that holds them back could be the subconscious programs. Sometimes growing up, you learn things from your parents or the people that raise you or the people in your school or community that goes against everything that you really want. Just like the person that is seeking a good relationship may have grown up in a home that always taught them that relationships are not good. Relationships are always bad. Sometimes it comes from experience. Maybe they've seen this a lot during their life, and deep down within, there's a subconscious belief that relationships don't work. And this sometimes is why people fail to manifest those things. That's why being realistic is what is important. Do you really believe that what you want is something that you can actually have? Is there really a belief there that lets you know that it's attainable to you? There we go, back to that word attainable again. So this is something that you have to look into, because if it's not realistic to you on a subconscious level, then you will not be able to create it. There has to be alignment. Have you heard the saying that you can fool everybody else, but you can't fool yourself? You can fool others to thinking that you believe that you can have this, but you cannot fool your subconscious mind, who knows everything, your deepest, darkest secrets. So make sure that realistically you feel like this is something that you can have and this is something that will benefit you. If not, this is a step that you need to go back to do mindset work, to gather those beliefs that are faulty and to reprogram so that you can have a healthy mindset to create the healthy things that you want to manifest. The last but not least of the letters of the acronyms is the T. And the T stands for time. And the time is almost like going back to measurable. Set a time limit, because if you don't set a time limit, you feel like you have forever to complete this thing. Have you noticed that sometimes when you don't have a time limit on something, you just feel like you can go on and on for as long as you want to, and you get comfortable and content. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't bother you. Things just go on and on. However, if you set a time limit, then you are trying to complete what it is that you're trying to achieve before that time limit. It kind of makes you put some action into it. Think about your projects. If you know that you have a project that's due within 2 weeks, you're going to do everything you can to get that project done in 2 weeks. However, If you don't have a time limit on that project, then there's other projects that can come in and take precedence over that project because you don't have a time limit on it. So make sure that whenever you set your intentions, you set a realistic time, you set a measurable time, you set an attainable time so that you will have motivation for completing what you are trying to achieve. Whenever I was confused about something, I had a friend that would always say, when all else fails, read the instruction. Sometimes we would like to freestyle our intentions and our goals. We just feel like we can think about those things and they'll automatically appear. Sort of like how they portrayed rubbing the genie's lamp and getting your 3 wishes, but it doesn't happen like that. Setting an intention is just like setting a goal, but don't look at it as hard work. Don't work hard, work smart. Use today's focus time to practice on creating a strategy for your intentions. Make sure that your intentions are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and make sure that you set a time limit. It's not hard to do. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose. Let's prepare for focus time. If you are driving, this is not the time to do so. Please download this and save it for later. If you are not driving, please find your sacred space, the space that is comfortable for you, safe, distraction-free, the one in which you can relax and focus on your breathing. Enjoy your focus.